Oh, this is so good. Let's be real. The best time to get your money right was yesterday. The next best time is today. I know, I get it. I've been there. Credit card debt, bills piling up, and not taking those calls. I was making good money, but still living paycheck to paycheck. I didn't know what I didn't know. I was embarrassed and I was ashamed. Can you relate? But I have good news. You can take action today. It's not too late. Hi, I'm Dignity Coach MarieYolaine, and I am here to empower you to reclaim dignity in your finances. Hey, did you like that funky little music there in the beginning? Life is about trying new things, right? Because I remember when I was watching my little nephew learn to walk, while the adults were terrified of him falling, and every time he was wavering back and forth, they were like, oh, ah, ah! He thought it was hilarious. He was laughing the entire time. I think after a while, he figured out how to freak us out was to do this little move, and then we'd be like this. So we're taught early how to be scared. We come to this planet, I believe, fearless. I remember when I was like 4 or 5, I jumped off of the bed. It never occurred to me that maybe I would like break my legs as I landed on the floor. But I did put a bunch of pillows there. So I just wanted to know what it felt like. So it is the same, with our finances. We get taught early that money is scarce, that we don't have enough, we don't know where it came from, we don't have it, we need to get it, and we need to get more, and we need to have a lot of it because we never know what's going to happen. So we're just terrified all the time. And we need to stay on top of it every day. We got to look at it. We got to check the account. We got to look at the bills. We got to look at the bank account. We got to check our pockets. Oh my God, I'm exhausted just saying that. This can't be our life, to be exhausted about money all the time. My coach said something the other day that I thought was amazing. She said, this thing about money and how much power that we give it. So do this little exercise with me. Close your eyes and imagine you are the only person left on the planet. Everyone is gone. But there is still money, gold, oil, but it has no value because nobody's there. So whereas we have been taught that money gives us value, the truth is we give money value. Because if we are not here, there's no one to make the money, spend the money, invest the money, give the money away, save the money. This is where we start to lose our dignity, when we are fed and conditioned to think this way. And then by the time we're adults, we often feel like it's too late. And I'm here to tell you that it is not too late. This is a season of reclaiming your dignity. That's what I'm doing, reclaiming my dignity so I can restore myself with knowledge, information, reading books, watching a live that helps me to understand money. Because usually what we don't understand, we fear. Then we attach shame to it because we think it's too late to also ask for help and get the knowledge. Well, I'm here to help you with all of that, to give you all of the knowledge, all of the resources, all of the information that will decrease your fear, shame, anxiety, and raise your confidence and your dignity and your self-respect as you learn to master your money. That's why I'm here. This is my jam. This is my thing. So I'm excited that you're here today, and I officially welcome you to Dignity in Dollars, right? We changed the name because this is what it's really about. And again, this is also being fearless. I could have been like, oh my God, we named it that. We named it Money Talks. That's the only name people know. And what if I change it? What if they don't like it? What if nobody shows up? Take the air out of the balloon. The reason that you're on earth is to try things. So just think about my nephew and go ahead and try and get up and then take a few steps and fall down and then get back up again. Because he's a grown man now. And had he stopped when he took those first few steps and sat down, well, he wouldn't be the amazing walking human being he is now. So again, I welcome you to Dignity in Dollars Live, where we build wealth without losing our dignity. I am MarieYolaine, your financial dignity coach and the fire starter and CEO of Focused Fire. So today, we're talking about something simple but powerful. How to create a 15-minute weekly money check-in that actually works. Time is the thing. We can use time positively or we can use it negatively. Negatively is when we say, I do not have time to look at my bills. I do not have time to check the account. I don't know what's there and I'm really busy and I don't have time. Or I'll do it later. Lies. If you look at your watch, you'll see 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. You know what you won't see? Later. Later is not on there. So that means later does not exist because only time exists on this watch. Later is not a thing. Later is what we say when we know we ain't going to do something. I know I'm stepping on toes, but it's just the truth. Stepping on my toes first, but it's the truth. So that's negatively. Positively is saying, I'm going to carve out some time to look at my bills. I'm going to carve out some time to balance my checkbook. I'm going to carve out some time to read a book on finances. I'm going to carve out some time to meditate and start to change my mind about how I think and feel and talk about money. I'm going to carve out some time to watch Dignity in Dollars and see what I missed last week and maybe binge watch so I can catch up on all of the trainings and all of the knowledge that's going to help me to take the air out of the balloon and fill it back up with dignity and hope and confidence. Because financial confidence doesn't come from intensity. It comes from consistency. And you know I'm going to get Haitian and say it again. Petit, petit, zoiseau, bâti, nishli. Little by little, the sparrow builds her house. She is consistent. And she doesn't stop until, my lips are sticking together. She doesn't stop until she's done. Do you know why? Because in her mind, she doesn't see the empty branch. She doesn't even see every little twig. In her mind, she sees the completed nest. So she is manifesting what she is seeing appear. So every little stick, every little twig, it goes from here to here to here. And that gives her even more hope and confidence because she knows that she wants to put eggs in there. But if it only stays up here, or if she focuses on the twigs, how many twigs that she needs, how far she has to fly to get to the twigs, she's going to become discouraged. But instead, she puts in her mind and she feels it. She feels like, I'm about to give birth to something. I feel good about that. I feel life inside of me. So I am going to prepare for that. I'm going to prepare a place to put that. So that is how you should also think about this money journey that you're on. Where are you bringing all of this knowledge to? What are you going to do with it? What are the little twigs? And where are you going to get them to build your body of financial knowledge? And the best way to do that is to choose a small amount of time, a little bit of time every day. Take the air out of the balloon. You don't need to catch up on the last 10 years of your life, because that will make it complex and stressful. Speaking of which, let's talk about that. So this is our money check-ins that take 15 minutes and actually do work. Complexity. Complexity creates avoidance. Simplicity creates consistency. I'm the type of person that I realize that I am a creature of habit. I had a job at a restaurant, and in the restaurant, every day at the end of the day, everybody had a job to basically, I think we used to call it like to close up shop, right? And the purpose of this exercise was that we were going to open the next day. And even though the floor was sticky, there was broken glass, sometimes somebody broke a plate, there were dirty dishes in the sink, and there's paper everywhere, and the tables had some ketchup on them. We knew that when we closed down in the evening, somebody was responsible for mopping the floor, somebody gathered up all the knives and forks, somebody cleaned off the tables, and somebody was washing the dishes. Somebody was wiping down the windows. So when all of that was done, we turned over, put the chairs on top of the table. And the restaurant smelled good too. And we would leave knowing that the next day we would come in and all we'd have to do is take those chairs down, bring the blinds up, and we were ready to go. Why should you do that as it relates to your finances? When you do a little bit at a time and you set yourself up, the next day, you don't have to worry about like, oh my God, I left all the dishes in the sink. There's clothes all over the floor. Like for me, I cannot function that way. When I wake up in the morning, I need that when I walk into this office, that everything is in order. When it is not, do you know, I get tired. When I wake up and I see clothes all over the floor and I walk into the living room and the pillows all over the floor and we didn't put away the dishes, I get physically tired and I just want to go back to bed and go to sleep, which is low-key depression. So it's too complex. Then I'm like, oh, I'll do it later. Whereas simplicity, just tidying, when I wake up and I see that, I'm encouraged. I feel like it's a fresh new day. So what does that mean for you? Most systems that we set up fail because they are overcomplicated, time-consuming, and shame-based, especially as it relates to our money. We want to read 10 books. It's going to take us 7 weeks, and we can't tell anybody because we don't want them to know that we don't know what we're doing. Low-key, though, folks know. I'm going to let you know that. May also hurt your feelings, but I'm just telling you the truth. That you can't manage your money or that you are not managing it well, your wife or husband or partner knows, your children know, definitely the utility company, the mortgage, the car dealer, wherever you pay your car note, they all know it. They do. You're not fooling anyone. I was not fooling anyone. Being late, inconsistent, they all knew. When something feels overwhelming, we avoid it. Am I right? Avoidance creates anxiety. Anxiety creates inconsistency. So today, we take the air out of the balloon and we simplify. All right. So what does that mean? A money check-in is awareness, not perfection. Let's say that again. A money check-in is awareness, not perfection. There's a really profound scripture in the Bible where it says, God who created you will make you perfect, so you don't have to. He who began a good work in you is faithful to complete it. So I've just relieved you of any thought you may have that A, you have to do it all yourself, and that B, it has to be perfect, because it never will be. That's supernatural, what you're talking about right now. So for me, as a person of faith, I lean on that scripture a lot. I believe it's Philippians 1:6, if I'm correct. If I'm not, somebody drop it in the chat and let us all know. God who began a great work in you is faithful to perfect it and complete it. So that leaves all of this time for us to make mistakes and fall down like my nephew and get back up. So again, progress is the goal, not perfection. A money check-in is not fixing everything, budgeting from scratch, solving all the financial problems. It's simply a weekly moment of awareness. That's it. 15 minutes being present for clarity. Now, I said 15 minutes a week. That might be where you are, and that is okay. Again, I'm just trying to all of the thoughts have been like 15 minutes a week, 1,000 things can happen between. They might. But your goal is not the 1,000 things. Your goal is consistently showing up for yourself once a week for 15 minutes. Because what you will end up doing is doing it maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Then you'll get to 15 minutes a day where you wake up, you check your accounts, you double check the things, make sure that whatever bill this week was supposed to get paid is already set up for auto pay. And then you enjoy the other 23 hours and 45 minutes of your day. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? 15 minutes being present with clarity. So I'm going to give you 3 simple things that you can actually do, actionable things, right? So what does that look like? It looks like you giving yourself grace, acknowledging that you were conditioned to think a different way, but that you are now choosing to change that. Kind of like the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, right? So if you were miseducated, then it stands to reason that you can be re-educated and think about things in a different way. And when you put it that way, it actually makes the process fun, as opposed to full of guilt or shame or being burdened. Let me tell you, should we ever meet each other, you will learn that I am the most stable person in my ignorance. I am happy to go, I don't know what you're talking about. I do not understand what you just said. Can you please repeat that again? Can you unpack that for me? Because I want to learn so that I can know. Me teaching you what I'm teaching you right now, I did not know. I had to learn so that I could know, number 1. Number 2, newsflash, I still don't know everything. I'm still learning. It's just my jam that when I learn stuff, I want to bring it to y'all. So let's talk about these 3 simple steps. I'm going to give you 3 simple actions to build a 15-minute rhythm that actually works. So, number 1, schedule it. Set a recurring time on your calendar. Make it non-negotiable and treat it like any other important appointment. You would not miss your physical, the dentist, obviously going to work, meeting a client. Those things would be important to you. And whatever's important to us, we do different behavior than when it is not. We prioritize it. We put it on a calendar. We put it on sticky pads. We put it on the refrigerator, in the bathroom, everywhere, because it's important to us. So Set a recurring time in your calendar. And our phones are great for that. You can literally tell it to give me an alarm. You can actually attach a specific song or sound. This helps me that when that chime goes off, I know that it's a specific thing that I'm supposed to be doing, whether that's exercising, drinking water, checking my finances, or if that's the block of time I'm using to pay bills. And it's a very nice, calm song too, which helps me to ease into it, right? So put it on the calendar, because if it's not scheduled, it won't happen. Choose the same day each week, the same time, non-negotiable. Tell others if you have a partner, are married, have kids. I was going to say your dog, but I feel like they should always have access to us because they're gifts from God. So not your dog, but your family, your friends, whomever is in your household who could possibly distract you and pull you away from this, let them know. Because you'll be surprised how many people want to support your consistency. They want to support you becoming better with your money. So tell them, because consistency builds confidence. So wherever you are today, if you do this for a month, you will have been consistent. And then you'll be confident to now move from once a week to maybe a couple of times a week to maybe once a day. It's possible. I'm telling you, I'm a witness. Okay. Number 1, schedule it. Number 2, review 3 numbers. Only 3. Your current balance, what's in your account right now, upcoming bills, and recent spending. Where did your money go? And for the upcoming bills, what's due in the next week? Don't try to do all of them, because you're going to get tired, and then you're going to get frustrated, and then we're back to avoidance. Just one, because that actually is going to give you a win and confidence to do the next one. So only 3 numbers, not everything. Current balance, upcoming expenses, for any unusual transactions, because you'll train your eye to be like, these are the regular bills, and oh, what's that? Which helps you against fraud, because you know your account, you know what comes in and out. That's it. Simplicity removes overwhelm. All right. I promised you 3. Make 1 small decision, not 10 decisions, not a complete overhaul, just 1 small action you can take this week to move forward. For example, move some money into your savings. You choose the amount. Adjust 1 expense. It could be that you were spending X amount on food, and you noticed as you look at your budget, like, wow, I do Grubhub a lot. Okay. If you open up your Grubhub, you will see that you ordered 10 times. Maybe this week you order 8 times. Save yourself a little bit of money. And then plan for 1 bill. Just 1. Momentum grows from action, not perfection. We want progress. That's what we want. So you got the 3. Schedule it was the first one. Review your numbers, number 2, and make 1 small decision. So consistency over complexity. 15 minutes a week builds financial awareness. Financial awareness builds confidence, and confidence builds dignity. That's what you need. And little by little, I promise you, you'll get it. So let's talk about what can happen next for you. If you want to go deeper, I encourage you to register for my 4 keys to master your money without a budget you hate. This workshop happens on Saturdays, and you should register. This is for all professionals, business owners, entrepreneurs, side hustlers. Y'all know who you are. Stop avoiding your finances. Just face it and be in a community where people are going through the same thing you're going through so you can get supported. We do not grow in isolation. We grow in community. So just visit focusfire.life/master your money and register, and I'll see you in there. So I just want you to know that I'm proud of you because this took a little bit more than 15 minutes, and here you are. And you stayed. So again, you don't need a complex system. You need rhythm, repetition, and respect for yourself. 15 minutes a week can change your financial confidence over time. Consistency beats complexity every single time. So if you're ready to build a full system that supports your real life without shame or budget you hate, I invite you to register for the 4 Keys workshop. Inside, we create a structure that feels supportive, not restricted. So when you're ready, I'd love to support you. Just visit focusfire.life/master your money. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for choosing simplicity over overwhelm today. Take a deep breath and exhale out of your mouth. You can master your money. Say it with me. I am mastering my money. Again, I am mastering my money. I hope you heard that in your voice. And keep repeating it to yourself because that is the seed that you plant and you keep watering it. Remember, what you desire, you deserve. I'll see you next week on Dignity and Dollar.